Hey everyone, Brad here with Arizona Grows. We're finally going to be getting rid of the 3.9 gallons. We're going to put them in our bin to reamend the soil. So we're going to do that today. I'm going to get those going right now. Look at our sweet potato just raging. Look at this thing. It's just a full-on craziness with the sweet potato. Eventually this is going to go in the veg tent, and we're going to let it trellis. I'm going to run a trellis net up the side so it can vine all the way up. We'll see what we get out of it. It's kind of cool. I've never grown a sweet potato before. And then in here you can see our carrots and spinach. Just killing it. Alright everybody, I'm going to grab some buckets and we're going to get started. Alright guys, we got the first two 3.9 gallons out. The one on the left is the lemon cherry pie that we had. The one on the right is the trash panda. Let's see if we can take a look at these roots in here. It's down at the bottom. They're not crazy, but look, they filled out all the way to the sides of the container. I mean, the whole 3.9 gallon thing is full. And right down on the bottom, the copper sheeting was the only thing keeping these roots out. So I'm gonna pull some of these big clumps like this out because they're not gonna break down in the 3.9 gallons, which is what we're reamending, and I'm just gonna throw them in my worm bin. We'll check out the other ones and really quick, but really all I do is I take them out, the buckets, I just dump them in here. I mean, the water's been off for a week, guys, and these are still kind of wet, which is awesome. Should make reamending easy. And then I'll take these outside, clean the air bases, pull out the copper sheets, wash them, just with water, nothing crazy. And then we'll reamend the soil and put it right back in. But that's the gist of it. I'm just gonna keep working, and I'll be back to show you when we reamend the soil. Hey everybody, we're back. This was the Pop Scotty by Exotic Genetics. I thought we'd just get a quick look at this. I kind of massage these roots out instead of pulling them like I did with the other ones. Look how big that is. That's in a 3.9 gallon pot from Autopot. It's the whole damn pot was roots. And I can tell you that Pop Scotty is fantastic, so I'm not surprised. Man, this is what you can do with a 3.9 gallon pot from Autopots. Look at this. Just wild. Alright guys, Brad here, Arizona Grows. I'm going back to work. Alright, we're back one more time. The last thing I'm going to do before I seal this up is I sprinkled some bokashi on here. And you can see some of these. This is like a mustard pellet from Build a Soil. So this is just a little bokashi on top, a little mustard pellets. The mustard should help if there's any fungus gnat larvae that was still in there. When it starts to hatch, it should kill everything off. And then the bokashi should also help create a layer of mycelium. We're just going to let this rest for like a day or two, and then we're going to go back in with the Gaia Green and the craft blend and some of that other stuff. I apologize for my voice. It's still recovering from last week when I was sick. I'm doing a lot better now though, so I appreciate it. Some people gave me some really nice comments, get better, you know, stuff like that. I'm feeling a lot better, but my voice is still a little bad. But this is the bokashi you can see sprinkled over the top, and then the bigger chunks are the mustard pellets. And I'm just gonna leave that because the soil's wet for just like a day, maybe a day and a half. I mean, tomorrow's Sunday, you know, we could probably reamend and fill the buckets back up on Monday, maybe start transplanting things. So that's where we're at. Later we're gonna reamend the Tray to Grow. That one I don't dump out. Everything in it is doing really well. It's not going to need to be dumped. We're just going to reamend it with some new stuff, and we're going to plant right back into it. It's going to be awesome. Alright everybody, that's the end of the, or not even the end, that's just kind of like the beginning of the process. Now I'm going to go outside, wash these out. I just use a hose. I don't think we need a video of that. I pull off the pot sock, The air base is in there. I pull it out. I wash them both. I wash the copper discs. I leave them outside in the sun for like 10 minutes, and then I bring them back in. That's it. And then the next day, you know, or 2 days later, I fill them back up and we're going again. So that's where we're at. Just simple stuff. Maintenance, getting the garden room back in shape. But it's all coming together for the next run. Brad here, Arizona Grows. Happy growing. Hey everybody. We're back. I just wanted to show you I cleaned out the pots. This is how rough I clean them. I literally just sprayed them with a hose, pulled off the pot socks and the copper discs, spray them off with a hose, use them again. This stuff in here I'm not worried about since we're doing all organics. This is just built up organic matter. Doesn't bother me at all. Hasn't stopped any of the last runs from working. We did do one run of salts in these before we switched to organics. But that was over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. So we're not worried about it at all. That stuff's not going to hurt your plants. I'm not going to take the time to scrape it off. That'd be ridiculous. It's just biological material, calcium, stuff like that, rock dust that's just adhered to the side of the pot. Not a big deal. It's all been sprayed with the hose. It's ready to go. After I reamend the soil, I'll build one of the pots, show you how I put in, you know, the air bases. Ooh, that's still got a root in it. But we got the air bases. I mean, that's how rough I do it. I just sprayed it out with a hose. So we'll do the air bases, you know, show you how to put in the copper sheeting and the pot socks. And we'll just do it, everything. I'll show you guys one of them. Then I'll just fill them up and we'll get them back in the system. I'm also going to clean out the trays and stuff in the back. I haven't pulled them out yet, but they're not hooked up to the water right now, so it's the perfect time to do it. And then once I get everything hooked up, I'll turn the water back on and let it do its thing until we transplant. So the soil will stay moist and the biology that we've added will be ready. And I'm going to talk about a few other things when I reamend the soil, but that's it for now. So we're just cruising right along. Hey guys, Brad here with Arizona Grows. I thought I'd just get in here and get a really quick video of how dirty this tent is before I get in here and clean. Before the next round started, we'll probably be doing some of the initial transplanting this week, and we'll kind of go from there. Alright everybody, just a quick look when we come back. Presto, it'll be clean. Hey everybody, Brad here with Arizona Grows. Today we're going to get into the reamend video. It's going to be super quick. I'm just going to go over what I'm doing, putting it in here. We're going to mix it all together, and then tomorrow, you know, I'll probably load up my pots. I still have a little cleaning to do in the tent. We'll load up the pots in a different video and talk about what we're going to do in the veg tent with the stuff. The grape lemon cherry from Tiki is coming out of its funk and looking really good. The sherbet cake is also doing pretty well. And then we have our 3 cuts from Exotic, our seeds we grew, they're not cuts. Drippin' Ain't Easy, Cosmopolis, and Event Horizon. So we'll be putting all those together. They're looking great, starting to come together, especially the Drippin' Ain't Easy. The Drippin' Ain't Easy looks phenomenal, so when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's it. We're just going to get in the video today. Quick reamend on this soil. We're going to add in some perlite. We have some Gaia Green. We have some rock dust that we're going to put in just because it's the last of that rock dust and I just want to use it so I can get rid of the little tub. We're going to throw in a little gypsum, some biofish, also some insect frass, and then we'll have the Power Bloom and the 444 all-purpose from Gaia Green. So this is just fully reamended with Gaia Green, no craft blend or build a soil stuff. We're going to use some of that in our tray to grow in the 5x5, so we'll be doing some craft blend in there along with some other things. And then in the 30 gallon we won't be doing any reamending to start because right at the end of flower we put in like 2 cups of craft blend and the worms have just been breaking that down and the plant didn't use it, so I'm pretty sure that's ready to go. So we'll kind of go from there, but everything's looking really good. All this stuff has been amazing, so let's open this up. Check out the mycelium that's been growing since last Saturday. It's Thursday now, and we'll just kind of go from there. Let's take a look. Oh my word. I don't know if you guys can see all that, but that's just from the mustard seed and the kashi blend. I'm going to put on a glove today because I have a cut in my hand. Normally I would just get in there and mix this stuff up, but I'm going to put a glove on. It's going to take me a second, and then we'll start putting some stuff in here and go from there. But yeah, all that white growth, that's all healthy bacteria. All awesome. Exactly what you're looking for. Normally you would reamend, then put this on, but I'm just going to mix it in with everything else. Alright everybody, I'm back. I'm here. Let's do this really quick. This is the Gaia Green Glacial Rock Dust. I'm just going to use the last of this in my jar. It's actually quite a bit, but I just wanted to make sure to get it in there. And then of course I forgot to put my mask on. So I'm going to do that really quick. Alright, now I wear a mask when I do the Gaia Green stuff because it's pretty micronized and I just don't want to be breathing a bunch of it. You don't have to, I guess, but I find it's like I don't want that stuff in my nose or anywhere else. This is some gypsum. We reamended most of our stuff already. I'm just doing this. I like these little pellets because they're going to give a little texture. Right, so it's good to update, you know, with new stuff. We've never had gypsum. We normally use Montana Grow. This time we're just reamending with the Glacial Rock Dust and the gypsum. I know there's still some Montana Grow in there, so I'm not super worried about it. Just had my spoon. Alright, now this is about 16 gallons of soil because these are 4-gallon pots and there's 4 of them. So for 16 gallons, Gaia Green says to do 3 tablespoons a gallon. What we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And you can see this dust coming out. That's why I wear the mask. Like, you don't want to breathe any of that. It's probably not going to kill you or anything, but it's definitely not good, right? Alright, so that was the all-purpose 444. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with this Power Bloom. Except we're going to do half as much. We're going to do 8 of these. Nice big heaving ones though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 nice big heaping teaspoons. Alrighty. And that's the Power Bloom. Alright. One nice thing about the Gaia Green stuff is if you like it, you can buy it in really nice big bags, right? The 20-pound bags are super cheap compared to buying the 2-pound containers. I think the 20-pound bag costs like 3 times as much as the 2-pound containers, but you're getting 20 pounds, so you're getting 10 times as much for 3 times as much. This is the Biofish. This is where we're going to get our other 8 from. So we're doing 2 per instead of 3. So this is the 3rd spoon, 4th spoon, 5th spoon, 6th spoon, 7th spoon, and 8th spoon. You can tell these are a little over spoonfuls. But now we're reaching, you know, the recommendation levels, right? They said 3 per, we're doing 2 per. Not a big deal. Let's get into this insect frass. This one came in a different bag from them, which is kind of interesting. Seen this bag before. Alright, so we're going to do just 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we have some insect frass. And then I'm going to grab my own castings that we harvested. And we're just going to throw in a couple bucket full of those really quick. Keeping them in this old Build-A-Flower bag. Oh no, this one's barley straw. But these bags are great to reuse if you order stuff from Build-A-Soil. You just, you just fill them up with your own things. That's what I do. But look at these castings. Look at that. They're so good. And I know there's some, cocoons and stuff in here, so we'll probably get some worms out of it. But just to make sure everything's super fresh, I'm going to do 2 full of these little 1-gallon scoops in here. That'll be that for the castings. And then, because we want a little more drainage, I've been thinking about it for a while. I ordered this pumice from Build-A-Soil because I really like the texture of their soil, and I love these little rocks. And in mine, I just have big lava rocks, and I don't think it's enough for all the roots to really get the benefits. So we're going to add a little more of this pumice. I think we're going to start with that, and then we'll just see if we need more. We're also going to add some of this to the tray to grow, and we're going to reamend all our buckets in our 3.9, in our 6.6 gallon pots to go from there. But now comes the fun part. Now that everything's in here, you get to mix it. And we're not messing around. We're just going to, I kind of want to just break up this beginning stuff so it's not super dry and shooting stuff up in the air around me. So we're just going to go in here and do a top layer first, and then we'll start going in deep. Get all that healthy mycelium in here from the bokashi and the mustard seed. But you can see in here the color of the soil as it changes, as it's picking up the nutrients we mixed in. But it doesn't do us any good just to have this on the top, right? We gotta mix this in deeper. So now we're gonna go deep. Now we're gonna start going deeper. So I want this stuff mixed, right? I want it in there. I want it all the way down at the bottom. Or else when I get there, it won't have the same texture. And the goal is to kind of have the same throughout the whole pot. So wherever the roots go, they're in the same kind of texture, feeling good about themselves. Like I said, normally during this phase, I wouldn't wear a glove on my hand. I'd just be in there with both hands doing it. But I had this little cut on my thumb, and because of that mycelium in here, even though it's healthy bacteria, I thought, probably not a smart idea to stick your open wound in a thing full of bacteria. Seems like good advice. I don't know. Not a doctor. You want to stick your hand in, you can do it. I just feel like not the best idea for me. Alright. Sweet. Now that everything's mixed in and it's wet, I don't have to worry about my mask. It's kind of nice because I was getting hot under there. We're just really getting in here now. Mixing this up, man. You can see there's still some little roots and things in here from the last run. That's all just biology. We're not worried about it, even though in these super small containers I don't run any worms. But we're still not super worried about it. I'm really liking the texture with this pumice in here. Can't tell if I need more yet, but I really like how it breaks up the bigger lava rocks I've been using. I might just add one more. But my God, it's looking pretty darn good. My glove ripped a bunch of places, so hopefully we don't have any plastic bits in there. We'll have to look as we're filling up the buckets to make sure we're not putting any crappy plastic in our stuff now. Man, that was a lot of work, but it feels good. I might add in a little more pumice. I'm not sure yet, but I think it looks fantastic. This is cocoa with pumice and lava rocks and worm castings and Ole Mountain compost. So I might mix in a little more pumice. I didn't put in the Ole yet, so I'll probably do that too. Just a little fresh Ole Mountain. And then we'll just go from there, guys. I think, man, it just looks so good now. I think the texture is going to be better. Instead of just the large chunks of rocks, we'll have a lot more of the little pumice for the roots to grab onto. I think that'll just really help all the way around. And something I really noticed from the Build-A-Soil soil, I bought one bag of the 3.0 about a year ago, and I just like the extra drainage from the pumice, so this time I got some pumice so I could add it to what I already have. That's it, simple stuff. Alright guys, Brad here, Arizona Grows, happy growing. And we're back. We're in the veg tent, man. Everything's looking good in here. You can see this guy, look, I bent him the other day because I wanted him to come down so I could get these to kind of come up and be at the same level, because this one was getting really stretchy. And look, it's just kind of came back already. It's kind of funky, but it's already back. It's doing its thing. Ready to go. And over here, we have the grow off plants. Man, they're kind of sad. I just, it is what it is. This one back here looks a little bit better. I mean, at least it's gonna have a couple big frosty nugs, nothing nothing to write home about for sure. I just know I totally messed those up. What we're gonna do next, as soon as we pull those, is we're gonna pull these 3 trays out, give them the full Reamend, just like we did in our smaller trays. And we're gonna make sure we get the texture right in there. I think that's where we had the biggest problem. Although this one over here crushed it, so maybe not. But I think that's where the biggest problem is. But then everything else is looking great. So this one is, I think this is the drippin', this is the Cosmopolis. This is the drippin' Ain't Easy. I mean, look at this plant. It is just healthy beyond all get out. And then down here, this is the Event Horizon. This one's starting to take off too. Oops. And then you can see over here the Sherp Cake is finally looking like a plant. It's not 100% healthy yet, but it's getting there, and I'm so excited about it. And then even behind it, the lemon cherry, the grape lemon cherry. Also, man, I thought these were dead when I pulled them out, and the soil was bone dry around them when I transplanted them in these. They're looking fantastic. And I think what the plan might be is I might take these and put them right in my tray to grow, because that's the best soil I have. And the plants in there always do the best. And then what we'll do is we'll take clones from them and keep them in these little 1 gallons to make moms out of them. But to start, I think we'll just plant the full plants we got from Tiki. Trim them, plant them, bend them out, see what we get out of them. And then we'll have our exotic plants. We'll have the permanent marker cut, and we're gonna get a couple snips off of this Neon Sunshine that smells just like Z-Skittles. Added some soil in there, and this plant's doing really healthy now, so everything's going great. But that's it, just a quick little Reamend video, and we'll have some new stuff to show you next week. All right guys, Brad here, Arizona Grows, happy growing.